Talk to you about a site called Piscolab. It's one of my favorite sites to use for drawing things to use in apps and stuff like that. Piscolab is really useful for making animated sprites, gifs, but it's also really great for making icons and just individual pictures of all sizes. The site used to have a sign-in feature where you could log in and save your work there, but that's being phased out. So you're going to want to just click Sprite. Don't bother signing in. You'll land on a screen that looks like this. The default size is 32 by 32 pixels, which is exactly the size of an icon, but that's a little small for almost anything else. And even if you're making an icon, I really strongly recommend that you go to the resize button and resize it to be larger. 150 by 150 is a good size, in my opinion, for most things. Even if you're making an icon, go ahead and resize that. And then later on when you export it, you can make it 32 by 32 again, and that'll allow you to have much more detail in your icon. It'll look way better. If you're drawing this for MIT App Inventor for Sprite Smash, you're going to want to make sure that you make your drawing as big as you can make it inside of the available drawing space. The reason for that is because when it's animated on there and the player tries to touch the sprite, the empty space around it will still be part of the picture, so the player could miss and still hit the picture, which is weird for gameplay. Also, you're going to want to avoid filling in the entire background with color, because then it's going to animate as a filled in square, unless that's what you want. But most of the time you want a blank background, a checkered background like it shows right here, because that's going to allow your player to have the same background as your app. There's a few tools that I'd like to talk about. The mirroring tool is really handy to mirror the left side and the right side. That's great for things that are symmetrical, like faces and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make a drawing of, I don't know, a blue guy here. Just make a shape, and I'll make some legs and so on. This will be for my animation for Sprite Smash. Obviously, I'm not a very good artist here, and I know you can do better than I'm going to do. But I'll just take a few minutes and make the best drawing that I can in the time I have available. I don't want to spend a lot of time to try to show off my drawing skills for you guys. I don't want to show you up, you know. It's worth noting though that you're going to want to make this drawing as nice as possible. In other words, make this first drawing as detailed as reasonably possible, because all of your other drawings are going to be based off of this one. We're going to copy this drawing and reproduce the other ones from this. So if you spend a long time drawing this one, you're not going to have to spend a long time on all the rest of them to make them look the same. We're going to use the duplicate function that I'll show you in a minute that'll allow us to just duplicate it and reproduce it again and again and again. Notice I'm making all of these drawings with the mirroring option selected, and that just makes the left and the right match. It's really handy. Another thing we can do is add colors. Of course, we can go to the plus in the palette and we can change colors around, we can add them, we can remove them. This is the lightning tool. It changes the colors to be lighter than they were before. It's kind of cool for adding depth and character to your drawing without having to spend a lot of time and effort, you know, picking through a whole bunch of colors. So I didn't really make the best effort here, but that's the kind of idea that we're talking about. And if you keep going over it, it'll make them lighter and lighter. If you look at the top left-hand side of the screen, you'll see there's a duplicate button. And when I click that, it makes a second drawing. That's the power of what I'm talking about with Piscolab. We can animate things very quickly and easily just by clicking that duplicate button and getting a new drawing. So now I have a new exact copy of my drawing. Instead of redrawing everything, I'm going to highlight the part that I want to change using the rectangle select tool, and then I can move that part around to be in a new spot, and I can fix the changes that happened. You know, I can erase things if they're not right. I think I'll just erase all the feet here, draw new legs in, but I don't have to draw everything in, and that's kind of the key here. If you notice, as I draw this, it's animating in the top right hand corner, so you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like as I kind of bumble through here of my drawing. So I'm going to just keep doing this, making small changes in a stop motion kind of manner to make my character move, and then I'll duplicate things and do it again, and I'll duplicate them again, making changes to where his feet are. I'll make him kick and jump, and I'll move the head around. Maybe I'll change just one thing at a time, like just one foot at a time, or I'll move the eyes. I can make them blink. And they're the kind of things that I'm going to do. If you're making this for my Sprite Smash tutorial, you need to make a minimum of 11 different pictures and not more than about 20. When you're ready to stop drawing, you have to save your work. Piscolab does not automatically save your work. You can use the save icon here, but it will save as a file type that will only work on Piscolab. A better option is to choose export. Then you can decide if you want a GIF, a PNG, or a zip. GIFs will not work on MIT App Inventor. A PNG is perfect for single images almost anywhere. If you're making an icon, make sure you change the resolution back to 32 by 32 and save it as a PNG. We're going to use zip for Sprite Smash because it will download all of our images separately. Click Download Zip. If you're using a Chromebook, you'll see the download manager at the bottom of your screen. Click on Show in Folder. If you miss that, you can go to the bottom left-hand corner, search up files, and find it that way. In your file viewer, it'll show up as newpiscal.zip. A zip is a type of compressed archive that you need to decompress to be able to use. So if you're not on a Chromebook, you're going to have to probably extract it by right-clicking on it and choose Extract here or whatever your operating system does. On a Chromebook, it's really easy. You just double-click on it, and you'll see it'll appear on the left-hand side with the same name, and everything that's in that file will be listed above. On my Chromebook, there's only one image because I just made one really quickly to show you for this example. Obviously yours, if you're doing it for MIT App Inventor, will have at least 11. Now that you've done that, you can close the file viewer, head back to MIT App Inventor, and then choose Upload File. Upload File is right here on the left on the block screen. On the designer screen, it's right over here. So click that, click Choose File. Okay, I can't exactly show you all of these steps because I don't have a Chromebook in front of me. These are just screenshots that I took from somebody else's. But you'll click on that zip file on the left-hand side. Then you'll choose one of the images that are in that zip file in the middle. I usually start with 0 and then work up, but whatever you want to do is fine. So click on one of those images, choose OK, and it'll upload to MIT App Inventor. Then of course you're going to have to go back and do the same thing for every single picture in that zip file. Now that they're all uploaded, they're ready to go and be used for your Sprite Smash app or whatever you're using them for. So head back to that and get to work.